Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here I am back with Chess 960, and this is another game. And I am going to show you what happens with double power Rook. So, this is the game. This is the position. You can see, you can analyze as you want. And whenever you see bishop in the corner and the queen on the other corner, just pull the bishop's pawn to the center and you will get the diagonal open. And whenever opponent made the mistake by pushing this pawn, you can directly get it. I mean, it's not directly into the corner, but yes, it is into the corner, and you can expect the mistake from the opposition. Well, I get it and I do the same thing. Now he opens the diagonal for the queen, but did not allow my bishop to go in, and he also ready to get the center in. So yeah, the game goes. I put my knight. I really hate in the chess 960 when my knight was on the corner or at the edge. I really hate it. I just push it into the center because the knight can easily move into the center. So I don't need to do anything. Just push it into the center. I put my second knight into the center, attacking into the center. He moves his bishop out. Well, first of all, I don't understand this move when the game was going on. So I just simply block my bishop too, and he takes my pawn. Now the first I see that the bishop is right there, I think yes, this is the way to win the bishop. But then I see that the queen is right there seeing, so I know that there is a queen threat. And when you are playing a player against 700 or above 500, you mostly expect the trade, not the blunders. So I take, he takes back as I had expected, and I makes my way for the queen, because if I there is no way I can put it anywhere else, because there are high chances that it will get attacked. So I make my way this so that my queen can go in the game. He puts his knight here. Now at this point I understand that I expected that he was trying to do this, but I see that my rook is guarding this pawn, so this is not the checkmate. So I might think that he will jump here attacking my rook, and there is no way I can move this away in an early game. Yes, I can do this, but that was just a disaster after, because my king is wide open then. So I just keep push my pawn, because now you cannot attack much with these pawns. He takes my pawn, and as I had expected, he wants to take my rook, but he also wants to take my bishop, and so I don't want to lose the rook. So I takes the knight, he takes the bishop with a check, I simply block it. He takes my pawn with the check, I simply block it again. And now these are the perpetual checks. Oh, I don't want it. Now here every single piece is protected. This is protected, this is protected, this is protected. So you have to develop your pieces or have to come with the attack. But suddenly you see that only queen is attacking, and there is not a single way your piece can came to support the king in 2 moves. Yeah, they can, but you will get it. He opens the diagonal for the bishop. I moves my queen on the A file, ready to pressure out. He puts the knight. I goes up, and he puts here. Now at this point I was thinking of that something like I can go here and checkmate it, but I don't. This knight was really a problem here. This pawn, sorry, this pawn was really a problem here, because I cannot jump it. And my next move was to remove these both pawns, because these are the pawns who are guarding the king and also guarding himself. Now, since they are not guarding the king, I have way to go right there, but they are guarding himself. They are also guarding the square, which is the supporting square for the queen where the knight was going to stand. So I first blocks this. I expected if he don't trade me, then I'm going to be in a very big trouble. So I first block his advancement. Now when I push this here, he has to trade and I can jump over. So even now he makes my way more easy because now this pawn is unguarded. I can jump with my knight and thread the checkmate. So instead of taking this, which is already protected by two pieces, my mouse is just sleeping more because I forgot to put out my mouse pad. Let me just put it out. Oh yes, now the mouse will not go over. I take this pawn, he castled. Now he castled. So this is not the checkmate since this. So I goes here and now this is also the checkmate. He thinks of for the very much time, but now he gives a check. I make my rook back. He gives another check and I make my rook back. And now by taking this pawn, he opens the diagonal for the queen and he also saves the checkmate. And now if you are thinking that this is going to work, then I'm going to here, here and here and you cannot escape anymore. So yes, he saves the queen, but still I goes for the check. We traded the queens and now he is materially 5 points up, but the development was very big because this pawn is only protected by this and your king cannot escape anymore. I takes this, trade off the pieces, and now my rooks are centralized, and on the center his rook is also centralized, but this file is completely blocked for his rook while it is open for my rook. Yes, this is open, but this is not the check anymore. He protects his knight. I don't know with whom because I don't have a bishop or anything else which can attack. Of course the rook is attacking, but it's not the attack. The king is already protecting. Now I see I have only 4 pawns and these two are not even connected anymore, so attacking on these 2 pawns are very easy. And here I see 4 connected pawns, and if he starts pushing them it would be very hard for my 2 rooks, or if he trade 1 rook then very hard, very difficult for a 1 rook and a player like me who is below 1000 to stop 4 of these pawns. Even stopping one of them would be very hard. So we protect this backward pawn. I goes here. I said that how much will you protect? You can't protect every of them. He jumps in. Now this move is really incredible. I'm really impressed with this move because this move is guarding this pawn, is also guarding the square which is check, and I can maybe win the knight with this way, maybe, I don't know. So I goes in. Now before playing this game I have heard that when in the end game if your king is active then it's a very good thing. So I just want to make my king active. He puts the rook here. I am not afraid of very much because I'm just playing my game. Now I see that here, before playing this move, I see that here is a fork and I see that this is going to be a capturable, but I don't want to do this, allow this fork, because this can be a very bad if he anyway wins my rook. So I just push the rook on the 6th file. Now this check is not going to work anymore. He takes my pawn and now I attacks the rook. And now you can see he's 49 seconds down. In a 10 minutes game, you generally get the uh, low time alert on the first minute. So when he plays this move at here, he had got the low time alert, so he was being in a panic. He was in panic because he is 49 seconds and I have 3 minutes to think and make my move, while he is only 49 seconds and I was not playing increment game. So in the every time you make the move, your clock goes down. It's not like a 5 by 5 where I make a move and 5 second increases every move. I attack and he blunders the rook, and now I just simply takes it. He tries to win my another rook, and maybe he realizes that his 4 pawns are very strong, that they can make a queen with this, and it is very difficult to stop the pawns. So he realized to give up his last rook. Maybe, maybe not. I am just predicting. He realized to give up his last rook and win the game with the knight, because the knight is very tricky to predict where it can be go. I gives the check, he comes back, I gives another check. Now, if you take, I will take your rook, you can take, and I will take your rook. And yes, it's a end game and it's a completely winning for white, but he didn't see that because he was 30 seconds. He has only 30 seconds to think, and even if it is an end game is completely winning for white, it was very difficult to win the game in a 30 seconds where your all the pieces are completely stuck on the back rank. I mean, this is literally stuck in the back rank. This pawn is, there is no output unless you kept my pawn, unless you catch my pawn, and these pawns are completely very difficult. If I take your knight, then maybe somehow I can stop 3 pawns or 4-1. So yeah, but if you have at least 3 minutes, then you can win this game. But since you have only 30 seconds, no, this is going to be very difficult. And now look at this, your knight is pinned. You cannot even give me any chance. You cannot even fork anything because you are completely stuck, because your king is behind your knight and my both rooks are stacked with the king. His king moves, and now here I was thinking that let's just take this annoying knight, but I was completely unknown, or you can say blind, about the fact that my both of the rooks can be traded, and this was going to be a very difficult if he somehow started pre-moving his pawns. If you start pre-moving, then yes, it can be a tricky for me, but you have to think also from the opposition's mind, because I can move my king anywhere, and then your pre-move goes in a stalemate or in a end if you are in low time, which he was. So I push my pawn, I let him feel the pressure, and he goes back. And now here I feels that yes, I am winning, because now I takes his knight and allow the rook to take, because I can take back. It's a rook against 4 pawns, which is completely winning for now. If he blunders, and it is, he was 20 seconds down, so yes, it was again winning, but he pushes the pawn. Now this is the worst move. You can push it two squares, but you push it 1 square. Now what the hell is that logic? I simply takes his rook and he resigned the game, because he realizes that 2 rooks is completely over. If I somehow show you the eval bar, I can. Okay, it is loading. If I show you the eval bar, let me just flip the board. Yes, it was mate in 11. Yes, it was mate in 11, so it was completely over for the guy. And if you somehow decided to go here, it was mate in 1. uh, let me show you if I can. Like if you go here, congratulations, you got mated on the board on the back rank with the two rooks. So it was mate in 11. Maybe I cannot mate him in 11 most because I am not that smart, but I mean, two rooks and four pawns. It is anyway. It is going to end the game in a winning for black, and I won the game. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to subscribe.